Hi, thank you so much for being here, and thank you for the invitation to testify at this hearing. I'm Dr. Joan Donovan, and I've spent my career studying harmful online campaigns, including mis and disinformation and media manipulation. I'm an assistant professor at the Boston University's College of Communications, and until recently, I worked for Harvard Kennedy School of Government as the research director of the Shorenstein Center and the director of the Technology and Social Change Research Project, also known as TASK. TASK focused on online media manipulation campaigns and influence operations by bad actors, including adversarial nations running mis and disinformation campaigns, skewing public discourse, and seeding hate, violence, and incitement online. And of course, undercutting democracy's free and fair elections. Before Harvard, I led my research at Data and Society, a nonprofit where me and my team mapped how social institutions were intentionally disrupted through online campaigns. I chose to join Harvard after a lengthy recruitment period because they convinced me they would support this work at scale. And as we know, governments around the world and the public have come to rely on my work as well as many other researchers in this field. But from my work, they've learned who is behind COVID misinformation, especially the calls for hydroxychloroquine. We also have learned what domestic and foreign operatives are doing to create division in communities, and explaining the behavior of 81 countries that deploy cyber troops to manipulate public opinion online. I've worked with the WHO and the CDC on strategies to mitigate medical misinformation. And most recently, I've worked with the Canadian Election Misinformation Project at McGill University. In my whistleblower disclosure submitted on my own behalf by Whistleblower Aid, my team's groundbreaking research in this field was ground to a halt in obeisance to Facebook by the dean of Harvard Kennedy School, a man now known for his deference to donor interests. In short, in October 2021, a well-known Facebook fixer became enraged in a donor meeting when I told the group I had Frances Haugen's entire cache of internal Facebook documents and that I planned to create a public, collaborative, and archive of them. I said they were the most important documents in internet history. This donor and Facebook PR executive attacked everything I said at that meeting. He said he and Facebook affiliated donors have powerful influence at Harvard. And so that was the start of the Kennedy School's campaign to stop my work and create unceasing misery for my research team. When Harvard received a donation of $500 million from Chan Zuckerberg Initiative, the fate of my research was sealed. HKS killed the TASK project and fired me after silencing me and my team for 2 years. Courtney Radich testified here that the tech giant intimidation includes researchers and academics and furthers weaponization of the big tobacco and big oil playbooks, silencing and skewing research, protecting their profits and their lies to the public. But unlike the censorship campaigns of those before them, tech giants have more tools in their disposal because they control the information landscape and the data about it. Meta's actions in Canada, for instance, to fight C18 have deprived Canadians of more than 5 million news interactions a day, according to McGill's Media Ecosystem Observatory. So you see the damage of their for-profit motivation acutely in Canada. And as Imran Ahmed from the Center for Countering Digital Hate testified here, we know that bad actors fill the vacuum when credible news and information leave them with little else to look at. When a school like Harvard is complicit in corporate direction of research, what can protect those of us who work to document, analyze, and share the truth? As others have noted, Facebook's actions to avoid accountability
30
has
seconds,
targeted
please.
legislators, regulators in US and Canada. I do want to close by saying this, that I support the Online Algorithm Transparency Act, known as C-292 here in Canada, and the similar legislation introduced in New Zealand, the UK, and the European Union. I was raised with the deepest conviction that I'm responsible for the consequences of my actions, and tech giants must be too. As an academic, I have a moral obligation to tell the truth then and now. Thank you very much.
Very much, Ms. Donovan.